Hey y'all, we're back and I'm so excited for today. Okay, we got lots to do, lots to get into, so we're not even going to delay. Well, actually, I want to show y'all my outfit real quick because it's actually really cute. Um, Look at this. I was kind of eating, look like a tennis girl, low key. But yeah, but we're just gonna get right into it, okay? Because we have a lot to do today. Um, we have a lot on the docket and we need to make sure we get through all of it. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I want to do is I want to look at live stream fails, okay? Because um, LSF is kind of what a lot of people call it. So I'm going to call it LSF so I can be cool. But yeah, live stream fails is basically an area where I thought it was just fails when I first saw it, but the thing about live stream fails is that it's more than just fails. Sometimes it's news, sometimes it's drama, sometimes it's just cute little things that happen on stream. It's basically just a hub where all streamers go to see what's happening, you know? So let's go ahead and just get into it. And I went onto the main page and already it looks so spicy. There's like definitely a lot of things going on, some like very serious topics. So we're just gonna get into it and see how it goes. Uh, so Kick staff said they could get Kaede on Kick for a low price because she probably thinks. Oh my gosh, what kind of clip is this, y'all? This is crazy.
We can get her on Kick, streaming safe for a relatively low price because she probably thinks she's going to die soon and she'll want to leave more money for her family. When I heard that, I
That's
actually looked
crazy.
surprised. I sort of looked up in surprise. And everybody else was, we can get her on Kick.
Who would say that? That's insane. See, my thing is, um, for me, I'm that's just crazy. But like, if I was to be on a platform, I'm sorry, but it would not be Kick for me. Cause even if this thing wasn't weird, I just personally am just not. I'm not for this. Like for Kick, it would either be YouTube or Twitch. It was always my two options. I just feel like a lot of newer platforms are not sure if they're going to hold the test of time. And like YouTube is not going anywhere. Okay, it's not just going to like randomly shut down one day. And Twitch has definitely like proved itself to be around for a long time. Although I would say even Twitch has had a lot of its faults, and YouTube definitely has some cons too with it. But I do not want to be associated with Kick. I'm sorry. It's just, it's not it. Um, boo. Activated the alarm. That's funny. Oh my gosh, I just finished watching a little bit of Race Train. That was probably why I was late because I was like, I want to tune in because right now she's doing a 24-hour live stream. Or I think 24 hours. Or maybe it's just she's live streaming until she finishes Elden Ring. And I was like, let me go ahead and see what some of that's about because everyone's been playing Elden Ring lately and everyone's been so into it. I just don't think I could play it personally just because, like, it just seems like very long and very like definitely have to be skilled to play it because some finding some of those bosses is like it looks really hard and I definitely don't have the patience for that. But it seems like it could be a fun game. I really enjoy watching people play it. I'm just not someone who like wants to play it myself. operate. I'm gonna be honest. When I used to watch a lot of people react to LSF, it definitely seemed a little bit like more entertaining. But sometimes, like lately, it's been definitely a little bit more like I don't know. It's not popping like it used to. Like I'm ready for like the tea. Oh, what is this? Is something break?
I think one more is good enough. One more
Wow,
good.
look at that view.
马一打太夸张了，like the guy earlier.
That's just gifted 5 worth that.
That's amazing.
Wow! Oh my god, her with another 5 gift.
Yeah, that view is like crazy. Streamer quits Jump King Marathon after 21 hours in moment of clarity over its pointlessness.
I'm done. I have no motivation left. Yeah, I'm tired as fuck. Actually, I'm hungry, and I mean, I could do another break and some runs after that, but it's still like 3 to 4 hours, and I don't see the point. I'm done. I have no
I mean,
motivation
low
left.
key, that's valid, but like, yeah, that's valid. But after you get to like 21 hours in, I feel like you just gotta keep going. Like, maybe that's some cause fallacy and stuff, but like, I feel like you're so close. You might as well just commit a little bit longer. Nintendo goes Disney mode. Oh, this is cute.
Oh, you playing Zelda? They went woke. I don't actually think that. I'm just kidding.
Is this just going in a loop right now? I swear I've seen all of these already. Let me see what's new.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Nunu's character is so fucking hot. Like, how do I like? Listen, I can say that because people have crush on anime characters. Okay, like OOC, like her character is a hot character. And look at that. Look at like the skinny waist, like the ass. You
It's
know,
gonna be completely new for you, by the way. Like you're not even gonna.
bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh. Loki, I want to play GTA RP like so bad. Like it seems so fun and I love like the role playing aspect of it. Maybe someday I'll actually like get into it. I think I have GTA. I think I just need to I don't know. I don't know how you get onto like a server that's active and like has people on it. I have to just like research it some or whatever. Boo ba doo boo doo doo doo. Doo doo doo. Low key, this is just not like eating. Like I'm kind of disappointed in you, Elsa. Um, That's okay. We have lots of other things to do. Um, okay, y'all. You might have seen this before, you may not have, but I'm here to play the impossible quiz, okay? And what this basically is it's a quiz that is like meant to be very hard and very challenging, and it's supposed to be like really hard to solve, and I am going to do it. Now, I will admit the first few questions I did try a little bit just to see how hard it was off stream, and it definitely is like kind of crazy. So now let's just get into it and see if I can actually solve this quiz and see if I can actually win. Impossible quiz. So I'm just gonna show y'all the instructions. Oh my gosh, that's loud. Okay, I'm just gonna show y'all the instructions so you can see what they're talking about. But it says the questions are far from easy. Some require insane logic. Others are completely down to guessing. It's hard, but it's not impossible. So you have 3 lives throughout the quiz, and then lose, if I get an answer incorrect, I lose 1 life, and I lose all 3 lives, then I have to reset the whole quiz again. So let's get into it. So this one I did off stream, and I was like, I thought originally just one, because there's really only one hole, but there's multiple like openings is what I thought, but it's actually 4 because there's the neck, there's like the torso opening, and then the 2 sleeves. And I was like, okay, that's valid. Now my next one is, can a matchbox and this one I had also did off stream, and I had got it the first time, and I was like, no, but a tin can, just because I thought that was funny, and I don't really understand what the logic is behind that one, but it's good. And I think it was just these first 3 I did, and this one, the trick is to answer. You have to read the answer backwards, so answer the question backwards, and then I said okay. Okay, click the answer. Ooh, it's just clicking the answer. See, so a lot of these are like mind games here. Oh, don't touch the blue. How am I supposed to get? I think I clicked. Oh, period. Okay, square root of onion is 28 carat pie shallot. I feel like it's gotta be shallots, right? Isn't those diced up onions? Okay, the answer is really big. So we have a really big answer, really big as the answer, infinity, which is really big, and an elephant, which is big. I feel like it says the answer is really big, so it's gotta be. Oh, okay, so it's not really big. So I think it can't be. I don't think it's answer, but I think it's either infinite or elephant. Okay, it was elephant. Search. Yes. What was the answer to question 2? Oh. What was question 2? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me think here. So it's talking about, I think, the placement of where question 2 was. So it's either this one. I don't think it's this one, but it's one of the arrow ones. But I don't remember where question 2 was. That one, that one. I don't even know what it was. There's the polo one, and then I think it was here. Oh gosh. Wait, no, because if it was there, then it would be this. Oh, okay. So let's try again. Now we just have to remember what question 2 is. Oh, it's the can of Matchbox. Okay. Know what a tin can. Okay. Answer. Boom, boom. Shallots. Elephant. Awesome. Okay, and then since this is where the answer was, it's gotta be this one, right? Because that's where the arrow's at. Okay. Choose food. Food? Can you eat an eyeball? It's either eyeball or teeth, right? Choose. Oh, I don't know why that was the answer though, but okay. What follows December 2nd? December 3rd. 142 dwarves? In and a question mark. Technically a question mark. Oh gosh. I feel like December 3rd makes too much sense. In. Okay. Click the smallest. Oh, the I died. Wow, I got lucky on that. What sound does a bell make? Whoop, ting, froom, blip, blop, bloop, bonza, ooh. Um, I think it depends on the bell, right? I don't know. Whoop, boom, ting. Yeah, it's gotta be this one. I just had to make the sounds with my mouth to get there. What can you put in a bucket to make it lighter? Canned laughter, torches. A hole, right? Oh gosh. Oh, laughter, because laughter is light. Oh, nope. Okay. All over again. Shallots. What follows December 2nd in the smallest? Oh, that makes no sense. Okay. What does the bell make? Okay, we're back. So, we know it's not whole or laughter. What can you put? How's a torch? Oh, lighter, because it's light. Oh, okay. Okay. Nay, Winnie. Okay, this is the keyboard. What am I trying to do here? QWERTY. What? Wait. Sorry, no. I can't skip this one. What does this mean? Oh gosh. Hay is for horses. Oh no. I have to guess the word. How? H-O-R. Oh, maybe it's just a horse. Yay! Wow. Okay, I got lucky on that. What is the seventh letter of the alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This isn't a trick question, right? Oh, it was a trick question. This really is the impossible quiz. Oh my gosh, how am I supposed to get through this? What follows December 2nd? Okay. Boom, boom, torch, H-O-R-S-E. Okay, what is the seventh letter of the alphabet? Is it H then? Are they counting A as 0 or something? I don't get that. 24 minus 7. Isn't it 17? Or maybe it is actually 18. Wait, hold on. I can't do math. Subtract 4. Yeah, because wouldn't it, if you subtract 4? Hold on. Hold on, I'm just doing quick calculator math. 28, 24 minus 7 is 17, yeah. So this is not, none of these are right. 2 walrus, 16 times 9, 3. Oh gosh, I don't know. Oh, 17. Hold on, my camera covers it up, but this is question 17. The answer is 17. Okay, that is so much, makes much more sense now. Okay. Stop. Drop and roll. So we can do banana, house, hammer. I think that's the only thing we can select here. It's house, banana, bucket, hammer. Banana, hammer, bucket, house. What's the time at right now? 3 banana, 12 bucket, 7 hammer, 6 house. Stop. I don't know what this means. So it's at, the minute hand's the longer hand, right? Hours. So it's about to be, so it's at, I think, 11:15 at the time. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do here. It's probably a little bit after 15, 11:16, 11:17, around there. Or 10:17. Hammer, bucket, banana, house. Oh no. Hammer. Oh, it worked. Maybe, like, I don't understand what that meant, but okay. Color in the correct order. Oh no, it's over. Boggy? I don't know who this is. Oh. Okay. What was this torch? HORSEH 17. Okay, we're back. Hammer. Okay, we're there. Color in the correct order. Is this a hint? Because it's, people say color, so they spell it like that in France, right? Wait, where do they spell it like that? Canada? Okay, so we know it's not orange. Yellow. Oh gosh. Green. Blue. Wow. Okay, blue. Oh, this is gonna be impossible. No wonder they call this the impossible quiz. Oh, okay. The answer. Boom. Next, shallots. Elephant. Yes. That one. T. N. Small. Ting. Torch. HORSE. H. 17. Boom, boom, boom. Hammer. Okay. Blue. Red. Oh. Orange. Oh gosh. Wait, I think I do know what this is. Isn't this that thing from that show? What is it? The Phineas and Ferb? I don't know. Purple. Oh gosh. So it goes red. Oh, okay. We're back at it. Okay. The answer. Boom. Next. Shallots. Elephant. Yes. That one. Teeth. Maybe I can skip. I don't want to skip though. I gotta make it through. I got this. I believe in myself. HORSEH 17. Hammer. Okay, we're back. Blue, orange, yellow. Oh gosh, pink, green. Okay, blue, orange, green, yellow. Oh my gosh. No. Okay. Answer. I'm losing it. That one. T. N. Small. Torch. HORSEH 17. Hammer. Okay, blue, orange, green, yellow. Red. Oh my gosh. Purple. How? I clicked everything. Okay. 4. No. Okay. Answer. Go around. Shallots. Elephant. Yes. That one. Teeth. In. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the one. We got it this time. I believe in myself. Torch. HORSE. H. 17. Hammer. Stop hammer? Is that what it's supposed to be? Is that why? Stop? I don't know if a stop hammer is a name. Okay, blue, orange, green. We did red, we did yellow. We did purple, we did pink. Did we? Is it another blue? I don't. Okay. There's gotta be one that we're missing. Can a matchbox? No. Should I look up what boggy is? I don't know what that is. Shallots. Elephant. Yes. That one. Teeth. HORSE. H. 17. Hammer. Okay. Blue, orange. Maybe there's a pattern for this. Green. Uh, uh. How? How? Oh my gosh. Is it like cool colors? No, because I tried this. I tried everything. Like, I genuinely have tried everything. Uh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, it's another green. This whole time. Okay, so what does it end with? Oh, I can't do this again. I can't do this again. The answer. Boom, boom. Shallots, elephant. Yes, that one. Teeth, N. HORSE. H. 17. Hammer. Blue, orange, green. Red. Yellow. Yes. Oh my gosh. So blue, orange, green, yellow. Deal or no deal? Deal, no deal, seal, no seal. Deal. No deal. Oh. I have to do it all over again. 4. No. Wait. Can I reset? I just want to reset. Oh my gosh. The answer. Boom. Shallots. Elephant. Yes, that one. Teeth. In. Small. Ting. Torch. HORSE. H. 17. Hammer. Blue, orange, green, yellow. Whew. No seal. Seal. Okay. Well, we got there. Watch carefully. Oh gosh. Whew. I figured that one out. The choice is yours. Plus life, minus life, escape, skip. I want another life. Okay. Escape. Oh my god. Okay. 4. If I had to do this one more time, I think I may jump. I think that's going to be my 13th reason. Because I am losing it. And every single one, I have to do this for. Oh my gosh. That was a misclick. Blue, orange, green, green, yellow. Seal. Green. Choice is yours. Skip. Save changes to untitled. Brand. No, yes. Cancel. Cancel. Yes. Oh. How am I supposed to know these answers? How many holes in a polo? Oh my gosh. I'm literally like forgetting my answers now. Okay. The answer. Boom. Boom. Chalice. Elephant. Yes. That one. T. N. Boom. 15. Torch. H. O. R. S. E. H. 17. Hammer. Blue. Orange. Green. Green. Yellow. Deal or no deal? Seal. Okay. About to be back. Skip. Brand. Oh, what was that? LKLES. VIN. I'm supposed to know the word? CVCT. Huh? Okay, so here we go. C L C L. Wait, what am I? C L I K C T. Oh my gosh, how am I supposed to figure out the word from here? V something IN. Is it? It's not green. Wait, what? It won't even let me click green. Yellow? Red. Blue. Oh, this is none of them. How am I supposed to not skip this? There's no answer. Oh. V. How? Okay, it's fine. We got this. We're slaying. How do you kill a werewolf? Shoe polish, gravy granules, black pudding, slit bang. I feel like it's always the crazy ones. Hold on, let me think about this. Werewolf. What could that mean? Wear clothes. Oh. Granny granules. Oh man. 4. No, with a tin can. Okay, the answer. Boom. Next question. Charlotte's. Elephant. Yes, that one. Teeth. N. Small. Team. Torch. HORSE. H. 17. Hammer. Blue, orange, green, green, yellow. Seal. Skip. Brand. V. Shoe polish. Which of these place names doesn't exist? German Sweek. are spacey blubber houses. Brown willy buds. Are you serious right now? Oh my gosh, which one of these places' names doesn't exist? It's gotta be this one, right? It's gotta be this one. Okay, I was like, no way R spacey is a thing. I hope you've been paying attention to the question numbers. Oh my gosh. No, I haven't been paying attention to the question numbers. I think we're on 28 next. Yes! Thank you. Thank you. I needed that. What is this? A ballet bun, fairy cake, abundance, cruel. I think it's a ballet bun. Oh, okay. Oh, don't know. I think it's fairy cake. Dang it. How many holes? Tin Tan. Answer. Boom. Boom. Shallots. Elephant. Yes. That one. P. N. Ting. Torch. HORSE. Oh my gosh. I'm losing it. Hammer. Blue, orange, green, yellow. Go. Seal. Boom. Skip. Fran. V. How do you kill a werewolf? Shoe polish. R spacey. Go to 28. Cruel. Abundance? Okay. Well, this is what happens when I always try to skip over one. What flavor is cardboard? Honey, egg mayonnaise, pork chastings, talc. I'm losing it. I actually don't think I can. How many questions are there, genuinely? Because I need to know if I'm getting close to the end or if I'm literally should jump. Oh my gosh. HORSE. Blue, orange, green, yellow. Feel. Boom, skip. Fran. V. Shoe polish. I still don't understand this. Abundance. Why does cardboard taste like egg mayonnaise? Oh no. Now don't touch green. Oh gosh. Oh, this isn't so bad. X. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Wolf, 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 wolf. Oh, I'm supposed to be looking at what he was doing with his mouth? Because his mouth was moving right then, right? Woof, woof, woof. Woof. Oh, gosh. Okay, whew. What are the main ingredients of shampoo? Oh my gosh. We got this, Self. I believe in me. I can do it. Does this ever end? Like, there's so many. Oh, I see now. He does do only 3. Um, okay, good. How many letters in his hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 letters, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unless we're cutting parcel. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, see what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only 6. Is there a 6 somewhere? Unless that's a letter. 7. Okay. Elephants don't like mice. Okay. What does that have to do with me? 3 mice hole. How do I get past this? There's no thing for me to select. Oh. If you press this button, it's game over. So then what do I press? Okay. What do you call a wingless fly? A flap? A walk? A plum? Jason. I feel like Jason's got maybe is an answer. Either that or it's let's see, a walk, wingless fly. A flap. I think it's either a walk or Jason. Oh, it's a walk. Okay. Can you get this question wrong? No. Nope. No way. Of course not. How am I supposed to answer this? What? That's okay. Okay. No. Oh. Mary Rose sat on a pin. Oh, really? Mary Rose burst her piles. Ah ha 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 ha. I think it's funny. Oh, okay. Nope, not funny. Okay. We did a lot better that time though. We made it far. That's good. Yeah, we did good. We did good. Okay, I gotta know. Hold on. How many questions in the impossible quiz? Please. Okay. 110 questions? No. I'm sorry. 110 questions? I'm not even close to that. I don't even think I'm at question 50 right now. You know what? This might be a game. I did not think I was getting into that much questions. So this might be something we have to come back to. Either after we're done or another day. Because that's a lot of questions. I thought there was going to be like 30 or something. I would have even accepted 50. 110 is insane. Oh. What do you call wingless fly? Oh my gosh, a walk. No. Oh really? Mary Rose. Cylindrical Adventures right here, right now. Space, seriously. Don't touch the pink? How? If only you had a bridge. Yeah, if only. Oh. Okay, that's it. That's enough. That's enough. I have to come back another time. I made the 40 questions. That's good, and that's all I can do right now. Um. Okay. Um. So now it's time to get into what we're all here for, okay? And that is that I'm releasing my official Discord today. I'm so excited. I'm a little nervous, but I've been procrastinating this forever just because like I have released the Discord in the past and it was something. It was fun. I liked it, but then I started to get less and less active on it, and this one I don't want it to become like that. And then also I got locked out of that Discord account because of too many reasons to explain right now. But I got locked out of it and then I lost that group anyway. So now we're recreating a new group that's completely different, like completely new topics, and I'm just gonna get into it. It's gonna be really fun. But I decided to make it a little spicy, a little interesting since I'm coming out with it. And I thought, what better way than to give myself a challenge? And that is try to grow this Discord group as fast as possible in 1 hour after its release. Okay, and I just want to see how big I can make it, using some different strategies and see where we go with it. So let me go ahead and get a timer. Oops. Uh, okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, this should be it. Pulling it up. Boop boop boo. Timer. Yay! Okay, awesome. And I'm gonna copy this. Maybe. Okay. Slay, this looks awesome. How do I get it to not start right now though? Where's our countdown? Okay. Now we are ready. So I'm gonna have 1 hour to um, I'm gonna have 1 hour to grow my Discord as fast as possible. Oh, that's not cute. Oh. And see how big I can get it. So timer starts now, and let's get into it. So, um, doo -doo -doo. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I know I got my Discord here. I'm going to copy the link to it, and then I know um, there's a lot of different servers that you can put your Discord on. So we're going to do some of those first. Copy. Okay, awesome. So I know one of the main servers for that. Okay, Discord. Server. What are those called? Here we go. Okay. So Discord Meet is one of them. So we're going to go ahead and join server. Add your server. Okay, here we go. Server name. Yeah, the cheese friends. Boom. Good server description. This is the official server of the cheese friends, where you can find great content, as well as meet other people in the community. We have weekly game nights and movie nights. Awesome. Okay. Oh, a banner? Oh gosh. Okay. I have like a little artsy little thing or whatever, so let's go ahead and add this. Where is it? Here we go. Oh. Yeah, this is fine. This is totally fine. Okay. Being the URL. Done. Primary category. Community. Entertainment. Gaming. Movie nights. Okay, Slay, reading. Also have some reading servers and writing servers, so I'll advertise that here as well. Create. Woo, okay, done. Okay, what's the other one? Oh yeah, Discord is the main one. Discord. Okay, great. You wanted to connect Discord servers and people together. Awesome. And how do I add mine? Let's go ahead and log in. Boom. Okay, add new server, and we are going to add cheese friends, English, community, I'd say. Oh, I should have saved the shoot. I want to go back and take my description, so I don't have to write it a bunch of times. So reason bots. Da, 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 da. Advertise your server. Slay. Okay. So yeah, a lot of Discord servers also have ways to advertise your servers, which is like a great way to, get your way out there, but like not using a server that's not for that, because no self promo in areas where it's not welcome. Okay, that's never a good idea. Okay, 2 mentions. Welcome, yay. Wow, a lot of people advertising. Okay, so go ahead and place this here. Okay, let me do one thing at a time. Okay, I'm getting like distracted. So, game, movies, it already says community. It's movies, shows, reading, writing. Do do do. Where's that? Why can't I just see my thing? Okay, here we go. Gonna copy that, paste, save. Continue, authorize. Yes, I'm human. Okay, awesome, it's up. Oh, it's under review. But then it will be up. Oops, whoa, that's crazy. Let's go ahead and bring this here. It's up. Oh wait, it's under review. But then it's gonna be up. Okay. 50 minutes. Okay, we're doing great on time. We're slaying. Let's see. We have Discord tree. So this is basically like, it says it's basically like Discord. Advertising. Oh my god. Okay, great. Control panel. Add server. Oh gosh, where's my my URL? I gotta get it back. Okay, let's go back to Discord. Yeah, I love Discord because it's such a great way to get your server out there to servers that actually want to want you to advertise. Don't do it on servers that don't want you to advertise. Um, but very good way to do that. So let me go back to this server here. I got my link in here, and I'm going to add a little description. Go ahead and copy this link. This back, boom. Send your message again with valid link. How is my link not valid? Let's try this again. Oh no. Okay, you know what? It's fine. We got our link. So now we're gonna go to where am I at? Okay, Discord tree. So let's go ahead and put my server here. English. Oh gosh. Okay, this is English. Here we go. Short description. Oh gosh, here we go again. Boom. Boom. Community. I'll put movies. Oh, I can put multiple other categories. Perfect. Anime, sure. Music. Mangas. Love that. Okay. Make sure I'm not a robot. Okay, server was added. Great. Now let's see what else. Here we got Top GG. I wonder if people actually are like on here to look for servers, or is everyone just people trying to advertise? You know, that's what I think about. I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, now profile. Team social. Add. Discord bot, no. Advertise. How do I add? I can't add a server? Okay, so then it's fine. Okay, add your server. Login. Okay, 45 minutes, that's okay. My next plan after this is, I know for my past server, the way I grew it was advertising, and it was a writing and reading type of a server, so I advertised in writing and reading spaces. So that could be a good idea for me as well. Great. Okay. Boom. Dang it. Okay. I need to do something else. I have to keep both my links in one spot. I have an idea. Discord. Okay, this is my link. Nope, wrong one. Okay, this is my channel description. Period. Okay, so right now I need this one. Boom. Card description. What? If your server page. How is this different? I'll just keep it the same. Next. Community. Games, movies. Yeah. Display. Stay on free plan. Okay. I'll vote for my server. Oh, I can't. Right. Gosh. I did not want to join the Discord server, but it's okay. Boom. Entertainment. Gaming. Reading. Writing. Movies. Among Us. This is great. Okay, oh, I need the actual link. Boom. Copy. Submit server! Oh. Not a robot. Okay, now submit server. Oh. Huh? Okay, awesome. So now we're going to go to Reddit and find a few places to post our server. So this is a Discord server, Reddit. Let's go ahead and create a post. So, oh, let me make sure I see the format. So, server looking for. Let me just do this. Oops. Okay, fine. Other people in the community and okay, copy. Community. post. What just happened? Is my post here or? Okay, awesome. Let me upload some of these. Maybe that'll help people notice me. Okay. Now we're going to go to, let's see. Okay, let's see. Discord server. Okay, we got 37 minutes. That's okay. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, we got Discord advertising now. Okay. Boom. Copy. Chill server. Community. Done. Okay, server. Game is moving nice. Oops. Here we have. Awesome. Okay. Slay. Now we're going to okay, awesome. So we got a few of those now. So I think now the next thing to do is to go share it on my social media. So we got the link. Boom. So let's start with my Twitter, of course. We can just do an easy little tweet. Make sure I'm on the right account. Okay, let's go ahead and say Discord is live now. OMG. Uh, okay. Enter. Okay, good. Control V. Discord is live now on J1. Okay. Slay. Let's go ahead and pin that. What's next? Let's go ahead and post on my threads. Why not? In my Instagram. I'm gonna do it through my phone, I think, to get it on my Instagram. More. Never been the same, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. How do I? Oh my gosh. Okay. I wish Threads had a way to just change accounts real quick. Settings. How do I log out? Like, why is it so hard? What the heck? Here we go. Dollar baby. Okay, let's post my thread. So, I think I can do a few different ones. So, let's do. Gamers. That's it, just gamers. Boom. If you are looking to play with more people and do more collabs, join my Discord. We do weekly game nights and a community of people playing games. Slay. Add a thread. Join. Also, post. Okay, Twitter down, Threads down. I ain't never been the same, baby. Dun, 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 dun. So this person said, "What's a good place to share a Discord invite link if I want 500 invites?" Okay, that's okay. We are currently at less than 30 minutes, so we just gotta lock in and see what we can do. Let's look at our server. Um, Currently crickets, but that's okay. We're gonna get there. Also, the one person who's in my server right now is my sibling, so you know we already got one. That's okay. Let's go link to gain the platforms can be achieved to various platforms communities. Sharing like Twitter, Facebook, Reddit. Oh yeah, let's go on Facebook. I did find a few Facebook groups where I can share my server at. So let's go ahead. Check out the groups that I have. Discord sharing. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and create one. Write something. As I want making. Where did the arrow? What? Okay, here we go. Boom. Post. I ain't never been the same, baby. Because I wanna make it. Okay, slay. Just want to search my group. Boom, boom, boom. Discord server link sharing. Awesome. Okay, awesome. So we put in our server in a few Facebook groups. What's next? Let me do Discord. Okay, so we shared it into a lot of different places. Um, okay, and we have 20 minutes left. Um, Cause I wanna make it. Baby. Oh, excuse me. Okay, y'all. And my last idea for getting ideas on how to grow my Discord is going to be, let's ask AI. Let's ask good old ChatGPT because it knows all. To quickly get people to join your Discord server. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, what's something I can do right now? Okay. Uh, subreddits allow self-promo. Okay, small YouTubers. Let's go there. I wanna make it $1 million baby. Ooh. Um. Ooh. Okay. Test your server. Okay, so these are some other Discord servers I can advertise in. Okay, awesome. Give me some server advertised in. $1 baby. Okay, we have 15 minutes left, and so far, 0 people in the server. But that's okay, cause um, we definitely made a good effort. I think for my future, for in the future, I'm definitely going to keep advertising on my own social medias and try to get my name out there. We'll see, maybe later on in the stream we have some people join from what we've done. And yeah, I think we made a great effort. I think just the new thing is try to get it more try to get more like organized with it and try to get a little bit more of a plan and structure in place. Um, and yeah, I think we'll just try to get more of what uh, works, and we'll see what does and what doesn't work from what we just done, and see how that goes. But yeah, I really enjoyed trying this out, and it, we won't call it a success, but at least we made efforts and we finally got it out there. Now we just have to keep growing and growing, and we'll get more and more from here. Okay, the next thing we're about to do is It's going to be very important, very exciting. We need to talk about um, Bridgerton, okay? Because we finished it. I finished it yesterday, and it's been pretty good. I felt like mixed feelings about this show. I felt like it could have been better. Oh. Okay, we need to talk about Bridgerton. I finished watching the show a couple days ago, and I felt like it was good. I felt like I enjoyed a lot of parts of it, but something about it felt like it was missing to me, or it felt like it was empty a little bit. Like it wasn't really like some of the past seasons that we had. And so I figured what better way to form my full opinion on the show than by taking on other people's opinions. So what we're gonna do is I found two YouTube videos. One is about Bridgerton being really good, and the other one is about Bridgerton being kind of, not as great as it could have been. So we're gonna watch both of those, and we're gonna see um, which ones a points I agree with more, and help me decide my opinion on the show. Okay, this is the first video, so let's go ahead and get into it and see how it is.
So, I just finished Bridgerton Season 3, and it was kind of a letdown, so much so that I've decided I'm gonna make a video about it. If you don't know, Bridgerton is a Netflix show based on a historical romance book series of the same name by Julian Quinn. It is set in a heightened, somewhat fictionalized version of early 1800s Regency Britain, and centers around a fictional rich and noble family called the Bridgertons. It has been very well received on Netflix, in part due to it being the first mainstream show of its kind that is set in Regency era England that actually has people of colour in main roles, and large families of lots of different heritages are represented in the world of the show. It also has a lot of smut and...
This is a weird scene to pause on. I was just gonna say, I really like how Bridgerton does do, oh my gosh. All I was gonna say was that I just like how they do try to be inclusive with it and include people. You know what? Never mind. Let's just keep watching.
Sex scenes, and the first season in particular became a sort of guilty pleasure for viewers who wanted to watch a sexy show that catered towards the female gaze rather than male ideals of what is deemed sexy. It's become Netflix's biggest ever English language show, and it's proven to producers that there is scope for great commercial success with shows created for female audiences, and sure, men like it too, but the romance genre in general is largely written by and for women, and Bridgerton certainly falls into that genre. Each season so far has had what I would call a raw dogging episode, which is an entire episode dedicated to the couple of the season having a sex rampage after their slow burn romance. So that's the kind of show
I forgot about that clip, bro. See, I like Bridgerton, but I can't with some of the scenes they have. It's
dealing with.
Y'all are doing a lot.
There are 8 Bridgerton siblings, and each sibling has a book and therefore has a season of the Netflix show, but they're not necessarily going in order. The first season of the show was Daphne, who had a slow burn, fake dating to real dating romance with Simon the Duke. Then we have the eldest boy, Anthony Bridgerton.
I'm the eldest boy!
Who had another slow burn enemies to lovers with Kate. The first 2 seasons followed a similar structure. There was one central love plot where the man was battling some trauma about his father which prevented him from being able to love properly. He then overcomes this, there's a love declaration, there's loads of sex, and there's a happy ending for all, with subplots for the other siblings and recurring characters in between. The whole town receives and circulates a pamphlet / gossip column called Lady Whistledown, which spreads gossip about all the nobility in the town, and everyone reads it, so much so that it disrupts royal events just because it's been published. Nobody knows who the real Lady Whistledown is until the end of season 1, where we as the audience find out that it's Penelope Featherington. Now, Penelope has always had a crush on Colin Bridgerton, the 3rd eldest Bridgerton sibling, and season 3 is officially Colin's season. Based on book 4, titled Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, the pair have been friends since childhood, and this season is their friends to lovers journey. Now, it's worth noting that Bridgerton's showrunner Chris Van Dusen has has stepped down for season 3 and left the show to be replaced by Jess Brownell. And whilst a change in showrunner is always going to be noticeable as it's someone else's vision for the show now, this season has not just felt weird tonally. It feels like a
See, that makes sense because I was like, something about it just doesn't seem the same, and it's just because someone else is running it, and that makes a lot of sense.
whole different show, and it's lost a lot of what drew people into the first 2 seasons.
It
And I
has.
don't think it's purely because of a change in showrunner. I think that there are a lot of factors that are making this true for a lot of people, and one glaring one is the characterization of Colin Bridgerton. Now, before we get deep into the world of Bridgerton, I want of Colin.
No, because I can't stand him in this episode. Like, as I said in a previous video of mine, where I was ranking the Bridgerton characters, Colin is getting on my nerves. He like is not the same at all in this show. It's really weird. Like I thought he was very like I don't know. He was just so much different than how he is here, and it's completely it's crazy.
Bridgerton. Now, before we get deep into the world of Bridgerton, I want to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor, Aura. Make security company in open that because in 2024, companies are using what they know, natural fraud and self-consultation is all data brokers are selling online without you can download access to all of their online safety tools and try them for yourself. So be sure to click the link in the description, and thank you again to Aura for sponsoring this video. So before I air my grievances with this season of Bridgerton, let me first say what I did enjoy. Number 1, Benedict is back in business. Okay, so the first part of this season, I was super disappointed that they had erased Benedict's sexual identity. In season 1, he was the bisexual art brother, the gay cousin, the man with the flair. He was exploring his queerness with his art friend from Downton Abbey. He clearly was questioning his sexuality when he found out his friend was gay, but then this all fell to the sidelines in season 2 and the first part of season 3. I was so annoyed that they had teased that he might be queer and then pretended it never happened. I felt gaslit, I felt queer-baited. But then part 2 drops and suddenly we have a queer storyline with Benedict where it's explicitly talked about and he admits that he likes men. And I was overjoyed to see this. I thought we were getting bi erasure and then suddenly we're getting bi live in living colour. I did find it strange though that he said he'd never really considered it before.
He thought perhaps the two of you shared a moment.
I have known men like Mr. Suarez, but I myself have never felt confidence before.
Because if so, what is this scene from season 1 trying to tell us?
It takes courage to live outside the traditional expectations of society.
Right.
You talk of doing the same. But perhaps it is merely just that. Small talk.
That is by curiosity. He has considered this before canonically, but whatever, he's considering it now, and we finally have a queer Bridgerton sibling with his very own gay angst, cheeky music to accompany him wherever he goes. And yes, it's a stereotype for the bisexual character to be engaging in threesomes, and yes, the only way that they show that he likes different genders is by having him literally having sex with more than one gender at the same time, leading into this sexually promiscuous stereotype of bisexuality. And yes, it also reduces his character and identity to just his sexual experiences rather than a nuanced exploration of his identity outside of sex. But listen,
This is also true. It's so funny. They did kind of lean into every single stereotype just to make him bi. But like, I don't know, maybe I'm just too desperate for it, but I still like this character.
I'm not saying it's perfect representation, especially as the threesome is used as a device for jealousy, but at least it's something. My only worry now, though, is that he will be erased once again in his season and have his sexuality come across as his promiscuous phase before he was ready to settle down rather than a core part of him. But time will tell. 2. The Queen's and Cressida's peacocking. If you don't know what peacocking is, it's the not-so-subtle art of dressing for attention. You know, the way that male peacocks display their feathers to try and seduce the female peacocks.
Are you peacocking? Really?
And Cressida and the Queen are perfect peacocks this season. I've seen a lot of people saying that the costuming and the hair has become a bit too modern and a bit too wild. And honestly, I kind of disagree because this is not a historical show in my opinion. It's a fantasy world where the Queen wears wigs with entire dioramas in them. She constantly looks like an ice cream and I love it. I also love Cressida's huge shoulder accessories and coats that she's always wearing. It has an absurdist feel to it which personally really works for me because this is an absurd version of history. It's reminiscent of the sort of world world of poor things. Cressida's hair and costuming always makes her look like a big bird on the prowl, and I like how outlandish she always looks. She's always trying to pull attention towards herself, whether that be through looks or proclaiming that she is Whistledown. She tries so hard to be noticed, and yet the men that she wants to notice her never do. I think she's a really interesting character that could go further, especially if she was realised by the creatives as the hot mean lesbian that I think she is, but unfortunately you're only queer in this.
That's what I've been saying. I swear, when I was first watching the season 3 and it was just the first part, I genuinely thought they was going to have Cressida and what's her name, Cressida and Eloise fall in love, cause like it just makes sense how like they both don't really like seem to be able to attract any kind of men. They're not really like interested in that kind of a thing, and they both like bonded so well and started to grow more affections for each other. Like it just, I don't know, it makes sense to me. I really do feel like that way, but it's fine. We'll see. Only time will tell.
World if you are having a threesome right now. 3. Francesca's storyline. The third part of the series that I like is Francesca and her story. I think that this love story, in comparison to the others this season, has a really good pace, and there's something really genuine there. We haven't really gotten to know Francesca in the past 2 seasons, and now we have a new actor stepping into the role, and I really like what she's done with it. I also like that she is introverted and autism coded. I know a lot of autistic women are able to relate very strongly to her, and it's nice to see that she's able to find someone who she connects with in her own way, and is not being forced to
I
change
agree.
herself to fit in with her siblings. They've got their own little version of Regency love on the spectrum going on, and as a person on the spectrum myself, I love to see it. But I
Me
am
too.
sensing a little twist right at the end there when she is introduced to her brand new husband's
Oh
lady.
my gosh, this part was crazy. Like I'm confused. I was so confused at this part. I thought that maybe Eloise was gonna find this girl cute, but she was like stumbling over her words, and like I was like, do you like her, or are you just like shy? Like what is happening? Like I don't know what's about to happen, but I can't believe we have to wait 2 years to figure out what this means.
Cousin. Like, am I crazy or do I spy another bisexual Bridgerton? We love to see it, but please, please don't have a cousin threesome. 4. Penelope
Cousin.
stabbing herself in the back. I think that Penelope has always been an interesting character because, if we're being honest, she kind of destroys the lives of women in her society on purpose for profit. She writes about the men too, but in both the viewer's world and the world of the show, we know that men can get away with anything, and the repercussions are rarely severe and often short-lived for them. It's always the women that suffer the most backlash and rejection from their peers in this world. Penelope is very bitter that the people around her don't pay much attention to her. She's rejected and bullied by her mother and sisters, and has had no real luck finding a husband. And her mother is pretty confident that she will be the spinster of the family who stays home with her as she ages. So it seems like writing Lady Whistledown and having a secret that she can use against people is her way of getting back at the society that rejects her. These people have ruined her life, so now she will profit off of ruining theirs. And so I really like the fact that Penelope had to finally write some truly damning gossip about herself as Lady Whistledown. It got to the point where if she didn't mention the gossip, which was the fact that Colin was giving her lessons on how to seduce a man, which we will get into later, it would have been obvious that she was Lady Whistledown. So it felt like a long time coming that she would have had to do this to herself and actually suffer the consequences of being written about in her own column and get to face the societal backlash that so many others, including her ex-best friend Eloise Bridgerton, have had to face because of her. And I enjoyed her finally realising the power that she has and regretting doing so much damage before. It actually shows a sort of development and acknowledges that the way that she has used her power has been for bad rather than for good. Okay, so that's what I liked about the season. Now let's get into the parts that didn't quite add up for me. I think the main thing that has made this season seem off is the quality of the time that we've spent on screen with Colin and Penelope. In the world of Bridgerton, Penelope's always been an outcast. She loves reading and writing, spending time alone, and she's in love with her childhood best friend Colin, who's always seen her as another of his little sisters. Nobody in this world seems to believe in Penelope or her ability to be the subject of anyone's affection. But we as an audience don't believe this. We as an audience are supposed to be rooting for her, and I think the first issue that I want to talk about is I don't think it comes across like the writers of this show believe in Penelope as a love interest in her own right. In the past 2 seasons, she's been a side character with a very interesting storyline, so you would think that now that it's her season, we'd get more of her, but it feels like she's still a side character in her own season. The main reason for this is that the season is unfocused, with too many subplots going on and none of them connecting in any way. It feels like my focus is being pulled in so many different directions.
There was a lot of subplots going on because we had Francesca and her uh, man that she's trying to get with. We had um, the the Bridgerton mom, Violet, trying to get with the man. We had um, the Mondriches who just came into society. Then we all had to also get Penelope and that situation. We had Cressida Cowper and trying her saying that she was whistled down. We also had Cressida and Eloise's relationship happening. We had um, Benedict trying to figure out his life and what's going on. We even had a little plot with Anthony and what's her name? Anthony and Kate Sharma happening, and there was just like probably more than I'm even forgetting. There was just so much happening in one season, and I feel like they did a pretty good job balancing them all. But nothing really felt like the main plot. I couldn't really figure out what was the central thing we was grasping on. Like at some points, I thought Francesca was like it was her season because she ended up being the diamond. So I'm confused. It was just a lot. That's for sure.
The main plot is lost. For example, the Mondrick family have newly inherited wealth and they're trying to fit into society as people who have never had to do this sort of thing before. Is that interesting? Yes. But do I care about it in this season? No, because I don't know enough about these people to warrant them having an entire subplot. And this plot does not serve the main story in any way, so to keep going back and forth feels like I'm channel hopping between two different Regency era shows. Like, why should I care about this club closing down? That was a chapter that ended long ago, and they interact with the main storyline, but they don't affect them in any way, apart from hosting a ball, but that ball could have been anywhere, so I really don't see how this storyline is serving the plot of the show. It's the same with Lady Danbury and her brother's backstory.
This one
it felt
too.
super random, and if it had been taken out of the show, it would have had no effect whatsoever. I'm interested in knowing more about Lady Danbury, and I want her to have something to do this season, but bringing her brother in and having some sort of backstory was just really random, especially as I've been told that in the book she is very close with Penelope and is sort of like a mentor figure to her. It would have been really nice to actually see that and have seen Lady Danbury and Penelope develop their friendship rather than just having a random brother introduced as a way to get the Bridgerton mother to have a love interest. It was too contrived and pointless and felt like it was setting something up, but there was no payoff. Another minor character that is getting a lot of screen time is Cressida Cowper, who is a very interesting character, and I like that she was competing with Penelope for Lord Devling, but because the Lord Devling storyline was so short-lived, it felt kind of pointless. Like, he was just there for a few episodes and then we completely forgot about him. I think that Cressida could have been a much more fleshed out character with more to do if she had also been going for Colin. If Cressida and Penelope had both been competing for Colin's affections rather than this random lord that we've never seen before, it could have added a lot more intrigue to both of their plots, and also Eloise's plot, as she has to decide where her loyalties lie and who's actually best for her brother. But alas, Cressida gets a bit of backstory with her parents, a small friendship with
Yeah, Lord definitely didn't make any sense to me because I was just like, he was actually pretty interesting at first, and I low-key thought he actually went really well with what's her name? I thought he mixed really well with Penelope, but I think because she was always going to end up with Colin, it felt weird to even have him as potential choice when it was like, and he didn't even serve any later purpose in the show, you know?
Eloise, and then pretends to be Lady Whistledown in a plot that we know will fail. Mostly she's just there seemingly as a substitute person for Eloise to be in scenes with since she had her friendship breakup with Penelope at the end of season 2. Then once Eloise becomes friends with Penelope again, there's no longer a need for Cressida, and I think that's just a shame and a disservice to the character. So with the focus not really on the main storyline, or any storyline for that matter, the characterization of Penelope and Colin has suffered, because we don't really get to see their chemistry blossoming on screen from friends to lovers. I love a good friends to lovers storyline, and I would have liked to have seen the Penelope and Colin that we knew from the first 2 seasons have this season together, but all that we saw built up between them before seems to have been left behind, and the characters have been changed to try and live up to the romantic leads of the previous seasons instead of letting them be themselves. This season, Colin comes in with a new personality gained from being abroad, though at the start of season 2 he also went abroad and came back essentially the same, so what was it about this trip that made it all different? We'll never know because they don't tell us. So he comes back and all of a sudden he's a heart.
Yeah, they never. He's just like this weirdo with this weird personality for unexplainable reasons, just cause. And like they never really go into it, but then also he suddenly changes back to being kind of normal, and I'm just like, why? Like, what's happening?
His sweet sort of soy boy energy is gone and replaced with an attempt at this hyper-masculine ideal that both the male leads before him had, but it falls short as if they were working overtime to make him a heartthrob for viewers at home when he didn't actually need to change himself to do that. Traditional masculinity and sex appeal don't have to go hand in hand. What made him an interesting character in the previous seasons was his gentleness. His love for Marina in season 1 shows us this, as him and Marina are in a room together and she goes to kiss him and he refuses, saying that he wants to protect her honor, whereas his elder brothers would have likely kissed her anyway.
I can hardly believe I'm saying this. We cannot go further. You are a lady, and I must maintain your honor and mine, no matter how tempting otherwise.
But now that he's become a lead, the choice has been to try and give him traditional sex appeal by making him have threesomes, be more promiscuous, but for me it just felt forced. We don't need to see a man having sex in order to have him have sex appeal for viewers. I mean, look at Mr. Darcy. He's a hero of the soft, awkward man genre that shows that the female gaze doesn't need this, especially when it betrays the character. I understand that he's supposedly trying to fit in with his friends by sleeping around and sleeping with prostitutes so that we can see his change in character as he starts to catch feelings for Penelope, but this would have made sense for Anthony or Simon, not for Colin. Simon and Anthony were both fuckboys, or rakes as they called them in the day. We saw it a little bit, but ultimately we knew that they slept around because it was part of their character. But with Colin it feels like they couldn't convince us that he was a rake without showing it. You don't have to sell me on a male lead by making him a hypermasculine. We were already sold on Colin, and it's disappointing that they went in this direction and undermined the character that they built up in the previous seasons. And this is the core reason behind him giving me the ick. Alright, so I've seen a lot of people defending Colin, saying that the character's supposed to be icky and supposed to be cringe because he's putting on a persona to fit in with his friends, but I'm not sure I agree with this explanation, because one, where have these friends come from and where did they go? They were in like 2 episodes, and 2, it's not true in the world of the show that he is cringe. If we saw him attempting to seduce women and failing, that would have fit. It would show that he's trying to fit in with the rake persona, but he can't quite get there. But instead we see him constantly succeeding. In the world of Bridgerton, Colin is the Riz king. Everyone in society thinks he's the catch of the season. So how am I supposed to think that this is a thin facade that hides an internal conflict about who he is and who he wants to become, when none of that materializes on screen? Instead we just see a boy walking around pouting, mewing, and TikTok looks maxing as if he owns the place. This is not the Colin that Penelope's been in love with.
No, this is so true, because that, I would say, perfectly sums up how I feel about Colin, because as soon as he came back, I was really excited for Colin because I feel like he was such a wholesome, like, nice boy. And then he literally did give me the ick. Like, I was like, why are you acting the way that you're acting right now? Like, it's really not, it's not him. I'm sorry. It's just not.
For all these years, the things that she liked about him seem to have all vanished. So when she asked him to kiss her and he suddenly catches feelings back after about 20 years of it being entirely one-sided, it seems super rushed and lackluster. We have no anchor as to why Colin changed his heart about Penelope. There was no backstory. He just suddenly sees her as a sex opportunity after years of growing up as friends. Unlike in previous seasons, this season doesn't utilize flashback sequences to...
Honestly, it felt like as soon as he kissed, all of a sudden he was like head over heels for her. And I'm just like, is it just because, like, you're horny? Or, like, do you actually have, like, a reason for just being so obsessed with her? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Tell us about the male lead. In season 1, we saw flashbacks of Simon visiting his father on his deathbed. We saw his childhood neglect, his stutter, and the way that his father seemed to blame him for his mother's death. Through this, we learned that Simon promised his father on his deathbed that he would never marry or have an heir, and that the family lineage would die with him. So we learn why he's so reluctant towards Daphne and how his love for her conquers his fears and promises. With Anthony in season 2, we use flashbacks to establish how from a young age he's been the head of the family due to the death of his father and has had to make really hard decisions. We see him being compared to his father and having to grow up quickly, and his need for a wife comes purely from a place of helping his family and his title rather than a place of looking for love. Then, as with Simon, his love for Kate conquers all and he's able to let go and allow himself to feel love. Then there's Colin, who has had Penelope in the friend zone forever and then finally sees what he's been missing, and that's it. There's nothing really for him to overcome. If we'd seen flashbacks or a backstory of when Colin and Penelope were kids and seen how their friendship formed and what drew them together in the first place, there might have been more of a reason for them to make sense together. Some way of showing that he cares for her beyond sex. There's no obstacle that he...
Or maybe he would, like, see that, oh, I value this friendship so much, and then that shows his hesitation for why he doesn't want to be with her because of all the good times they had in the past. And, like, maybe he had some experience where he was, like, worried that, like love and, like, romantic love might ruin that. Like, something. Give us something. Like, a reason for this, like, random 360 switch he had.
Really needs to overcome in order to be with Penelope, apart from maybe stop sleeping with prostitutes and accepting that she is Lady Whistledown, but that's not really enough. I don't see Colin as a person who is really worth Penelope's time. If it takes a new dress and a simple kiss to make him see her as a woman after 20 years, honestly, I don't think he's worth it. Penelope deserves better than this version of Colin, and honestly, whenever she confessed her love for him this season, it just seemed like a self-destructive move for her. Their engagement was super rushed, just like Colin's was in season 1 with Marina, which ended up being a scheme, and he he didn't end up marrying Marina. So why would you make the engagement process exactly the same as the girl who was trying to trap him into marriage? And then with Colin finding out about Whistledown the night before the wedding, their wedding ends up full of bad blood between them. And I think that that was quite a good choice. I like the fact that the wedding wasn't all happy and a traditional happy ending. I mean, they played a classical rendition of Coldplay as she walks down the aisle. Nothing says this relationship is doomed like Coldplay at the wedding. For me, the wedding was super uncomfortable though because Colin felt like a child bride. Like, I know he's not a child or a bride, but he has the energy of a child bride. I'm sorry. He just has the mind of a child who doesn't know what he's doing. I also feel like the love confession scene between them after he realizes that she's Lady Whistledown is strange for a number of reasons. The first is that I feel like whenever Penelope tells this man she loves him, she is destroying another part of herself. He's literally just an angry man-child. He hasn't matured enough or had any sort of arc that has deemed him worthy or grown up enough to earn her love. And two,
Yeah,
Penelope
that's
says
true.
that Colin has given her confidence by basically validating her, and that's a big red flag. Colin is mad that Lady Whistledown is Penelope because Whistledown has written damning things about his family in the past. But has he actually suffered any consequences? The
No.
Bridgertons have not really suffered
No.
because of
He's holding this whole grudge about this whistle down thing, but nothing bad came out of what she said. Actually, like nothing tangibly bad. Like maybe he got his feelings hurt a little bit, whatever. But like it's been long enough since like you would start to feel a little bit lesser and lighter about it. That's why Eloise was starting to feel like it didn't hurt as much. But like nothing really like actually happened to him. Like to be fair, Eloise kind of wasn't able to be with that boy she liked anymore. But nothing bad happened to him, and I don't understand why he's acting. He has this whole grudge.
Whistledown, at least not for a while, and not sizably, and it never lasts. I was watching this season trying to rack my brain to think what she actually wrote about Colin and his family, and I actually couldn't even remember. I think the real reason he's mad, which he does state, is that he's jealous that she is a published writer and he's not, because
Yeah.
he wants to write a book about his travels. But he's the richest boy in town. He can literally publish whatever he wants. I just can't believe he made it about him, and I feel like the Whistledown thing was dragged on for way too long. Also, when they announced the proposal at the start of part 2, everyone reacting really happily, apart from Eloise, as if it wasn't strange and rushed, was really odd. It felt like the whole of episode 5 was Penelope's imagination, and I kept thinking we were going to snap out of it, but then it turned out that was just what happened. Also, can we stop the men in this era explaining sex to women and leaving them completely in the dark about it by not saying anything and just pummeling them without telling them what's going on or what is going inside them? Stop pummeling women without telling them what a penis is first. I know it's of the time, but if you can have a wig with a diorama in it, you can have a woman know what a penis is before she consents to it going inside her. Because how can you consent if you don't know what's going to happen? So lastly, I want to talk about Penelope's arc this season and the way that it entirely relies on Colin's validation. Penelope has always been her own person in previous seasons. She never had trouble speaking to men. Sure, she wasn't noticed by many of them, but when she was, or when she was talking to the publisher of Whistledown, for example, she took on a character, she demanded what she wanted, she knew how to speak for herself. So tell me why all of a sudden she can't speak to people and needs Colin's help. I get that speaking confidently to people doesn't necessarily translate to being able to flirt, but she's not even really flirting. They're making it
Yeah.
out like she can't have a conversation, which is just not true to her character at all. The dependence on a male character to define her worth is a disappointing regression for a character who initially seemed so capable of standing on her own and knowing what she wanted. So she enlists the help of Colin to give her
It did
Riz
feel
lessons,
weird.
but we don't actually see her learn anything. It's just like she's having lessons and then suddenly she knows how to talk to this guy. There's no trying and failing, really. There's no slow burn as Colin realizes that he actually wants her to use what she's learned on him. There's this beautiful moment in Twelfth Night where Viola, who is disguised as a man, is secretly in love with Duke Orsino and confesses that she has felt strong love before. She speaks about a woman who never told her love, who sat like Patience on a monument, speaking directly to him but secretly speaking about herself and trying to conceal her love for him. Now, I'm not asking Bridgerton to be Shakespeare, but it would have been nice to have Colin use these lessons as a way of actually flirting with Penelope.
Yeah, I feel like the lessons thing was really weird and it didn't really lead into anything. But all of this makes me just feel like I feel like she would have been better with Laura Devlin. Honestly, they had more of a connection. She could have kept being whistled down like without many problems, and it wasn't like they had any like weird feelings towards each other. I genuinely feel like they could have grown like some affections toward each other, and like there wasn't like any kind of weird red flags that were really happening in the moment. Like not everything has to be this instant love connection thing, which I feel like just because she didn't like absolutely fall head over heels for Lord Devlin at the beginning doesn't mean that she couldn't like ever be with him. I feel like like over time she would have like not she had to grow to like him, but I feel like he wasn't like the entirely like I feel like he wasn't like a bad choice. I feel like Colin shown after she chose him that he was just a bad choice over and over and over again because of how he was acting towards her, even when she like made mistakes.
Under the guise of a lesson. Like Viola confesses her love in disguise, Colin could have been pretending to teach her how to flirt and then realizes that he's actually flirting with her. To have Colin confess his love behind a mask is exactly the kind of nervous move that the old Colin would have done. But alas, the lessons are completely abandoned after an episode and a half, and instead of being a plot device, it's just another throwaway couple of scenes. Penelope's arc suffers a lot from inconsistent writing. Her transition from a side character with a secretive and intriguing role to a main character has ended up underdeveloped, and despite her long-standing crush on Colin, their friends to lovers journey lacks any depth and build-up necessary to make their eventual relationship feel earned. I just didn't feel like their marriage or sex scenes were significant enough, and I think it's because they assume we already have the context of the first 2 seasons, so they decided not to spend any time building their story together, but that's exactly what we wanted. I needed to see why these two people work together, why they had to choose each other and no one else. And I was left feeling like Penelope and Colin both could have ended up in better relationships with someone else and have been in a happier situation. Also, the show's decision to rely on a makeover scene as a sudden shift on Colin's affection towards Penelope completely undermines the potential for a more profound exploration of their relationship. It just felt like he was motivated by looks and sex rather than anything deeper, and that was super disappointing for me. Overall, Bridgerton Season 3, despite its previous success, I feel like it fails to deliver the charm and coherence that drew us all in the first 2 seasons. Whilst I'm definitely intrigued by people like...
Although I am excited to see season 4. Okay, now let's watch this video where it probably talks about the good, where it talks about the good stuff now.
Girl. Bust down braids are cute, but they're not practical. For summer, don't get it. Don't let them convince you. If y'all see me with a bob in the next 2 videos or so, don't ask questions.
What's up, guys? Bro, this is so weird. Like, get into the vibes. Like, why is it kind of giving like, hey guys, for today's video, we are going to be discussing Bridgerton. Oh, this is so exciting. It's been a minute since I've done one of these discussion videos. Actually, I've only done one of these before. I've literally only done one. I really enjoyed making the discussion video on My Life with the Walter Boys, and you guys told me you guys really liked it as well. So I was really waiting for Bridgerton to come out because I was like, give me the perfect show to do another discussion video on. And now here we are, we can discuss it. Yay! Speaking of discussing Bridgerton, we are actually discussing the show right now on my Fable Club. It's like a book club, except we watch TV shows. And yeah, you should join. Like, if you have nobody in your family, like, your boyfriend won't watch Bridgerton with you, your dad, he doesn't want to watch it with you, don't worry, the girls are here. It's completely free to join, and we're just discussing the show right now. Everybody's freaking out over part 2, including me, and yeah, it's just fun. So join my Fable Club if you're interested. Let me tell you guys about the sponsor of today's video, Harry's. Harry's is the perfect place to get high quality razors and shaving to season 3, huh? Girl, I have my notes ready. I did a whole APA format essay. This is not APA. But I did a whole essay on this BS. This season is the 3rd installment in the Bridgerton series, this time focusing on Colin, who is the 3rd Bridgerton son, and Penelope, his best friend, who lives across the street. I was really excited for this season. I don't even love Colin or Penelope like that, but I think Bridgerton is just such a fun show that it doesn't matter whose season it is or if it's not your favorite character. Anything they do is exciting. Like, part 1 of the show focuses mainly on setting up the romance between Penelope and Colin. Penelope is now in her 3rd season out in society, and she's flopping. Okay, no prospects, it's crickets. She's not looking right, you know, she's not feeling confident. She decides, girl, I'm about to switch things up. You know what? This year, I'm finding a husband. I don't care who it is. So she decides to switch up her whole look and debut in her 3rd season, and she's stepping on girls' necks, okay? Unfortunately, even after she redoes her whole look, she's still a flop because, you know, the personality is not there yet. So she enlists the help of her good friend Colin Bridgerton to, you know, give her some lessons on how to be, you know, a little bit more flirty and attractive and help her find a husband. Obviously, in all of this, they actually end up falling for each other. Girl, this season was so messy. Like, this season is a bit different in the sense that while these stories are usually told to be about the Bridgertons and to tell the story from the Bridgerton siblings' perspective, this season focuses a lot more on Penelope and presents her as the main character. We really see things from her perspective mainly, and a lot less from Collins. The show also really introduces more of an ensemble this season. We have so many characters, so many side plots that I didn't care about. We're introduced to a lot of new characters as well as seeing old faces from seasons 1 and 2. And unfortunately, we do say goodbye to a lot of fun characters. Edwina was not in this
I
season.
know. I was really hoping Edwina would be in this season, bro. Like y'all already heard in my past video, I was begging for it. I was really hoping, but we didn't get to see her one little lick. I think they mentioned her name like for where she was at one point, and that was it. And I was so disappointed, but that's okay.
Which sucks. I love her. They did mention her though. They said she got married and moved to India,
Yeah.
which, girl, good for you, but we miss you.
Right.
Like, where are you at? Daphne also isn't in this, which sucks. And I saw an interview where
Yeah.
she was like salty because I think they fired her from the show.
Wait, really? Cause I was like, why is Daphne not in this? Wait, what? The reason why Daphne and Simon were not mentioned for just Thursday, if you don't know, not been. Yeah, he hasn't been in the show at all in a few episodes, but chose to exit the series ahead of season 3. Wait, why? Yeah, okay. Do now we're running the showrunner and the writer decided to skip mentioning them. Fans found out a little odd that they missed the 2 weddings that happened in season 3. Just for variety, there was a version of the script this season where Penelope and Colin's wedding we threw a line in the fact that, oh, Daphne wishes she could be there but she's pregnant again, or Daphne Simon had son sitting over there. The truth of the matter is that it just gets a little wonky to bring them up and then not see them. She continued, but I firmly feel that in my brain they are still part of the universe. Obviously on the television show you're not seeing part of people's lives, and so they're still going to be Daphne Simon still coming over. So why are they not here though? Sadly not in season 3, potentially in the future. Season 3, I'm just excited to watch this if you were. And I did my 2 seasons. I've done what I wanted to do with that character, and she had a great arc. So I guess she's probably just done with the show. It's a 1 season arc. It's going to have a beginning, middle, and end. Give us a year. I thought that's interesting because then I felt like a limited series. Get to come in, I get to contribute a bit, and then the Bridgerton family rolls on. I love you, Mr. Bridgerton. So I guess they're just not interested in being in it anymore. Yeah, that's valid, I guess. But it just kind of makes it awkward when they never show up.
Which, if that's true, like, why? Well, honestly, girl, let's be real. There were so many extra characters that if those people had been in this, it would have been too much. and there was just not enough time. I think releasing this in 2 parts was definitely a choice. I don't know how I feel about it. I can see why they did it from a marketing, money making perspective, because obviously you released it in 2 parts, it stays relevant for longer, people talk about it for longer. But from an artistic standpoint, I don't know if I understand why they did it. I kind of do. I think the story does literally have 2 very significant parts that it needs to tell. Did it have to be released half and half? I don't know. I also think 8 episodes was absolutely not enough to tell this story. I think maybe 10 to 12 episodes at least would have given enough time to really make sure all these stories were properly fleshed out.
If they wanted to have all these subplots, you gotta just make it longer, because if not, then it's too much. It's too much to do in only 8 episodes.
And every character, since they want to add in 500 of them, properly resolve all of their stories. I think a lot of the show felt really rushed and just lacked a bit of substance, and I really think it's because it just didn't have enough episodes. 8 episodes for all that was going on this season
Mm-hmm.
simply was not enough. I think my biggest issue with part one, they allocated so much time to random side plots, be it Benedict, be it Cressida, that really the main characters don't have that much screen time. I think somebody in my Fable Club like actually did the math and like calculated how much screen time Penelope and Colin have together in part one. And out of like around 4-ish hours, they only have 40 minutes of screen time, which is crazy to me. I think it's
Wow.
crazy that not only do they have such little screen time, but they basically have equivalent screen time to some of the characters, even though it was not their season. Francesca had so much screen time, and while I really enjoyed her storyline, I'm just like, girl, I'm not watching Francesca's season, I'm watching Penelope. So why are there no scenes with Penelope in them? I really like the trope of like friend helps like coach the other person to like help them find love and ends up falling for them. I like that trope. I think it's so cliche. It's a tale as old as time, but it's really cute when it's done properly. And I think they didn't do it properly.
I agree. Also, I low-key thought this was going to be talking good about the show, but it's not. But that's okay. It's still funny though, so.
First of all, the coaching in question lasted one episode, and then Penelope got exposed, so they had to stop. Girl, this is why, again, I say this thing needed more episodes, because I would have
Yeah.
loved for there to at least be, 2 episodes of them doing the whole, like, coaching thing, in spending all of that extra time together. Colin starts to realize his feelings for Penelope. Girl, no, it was one scene, and then she got exposed. So she had to wrap that up. After that, Colin is kind of in a dilemma, even though he hasn't interacted with Penelope at all. And after she finally finds like a good marriage prospect, he suddenly is jealous and wants Penelope. Bro, that's not how we do things around here. It was kind of given like, oh, I don't like you, but now that you're trying to move on, you can't have anybody else. I like you now. Girl, I know that's not what they were trying to do, but with the horrible pacing and writing, that's how it came off.
Yeah.
I literally found myself rooting for Lord Devling. That's how much the main love story was lacking. I wanted
Me
Penelope to kick his ass.
too.
Because I was like, Colin has not groveled at all. Where's the groveling? Where's the groveling? Where's the fighting? I'm not seeing any of it here. In part one, they really just waste a lot of time. Even when the main characters are on screen, it'll be them not interacting. I'm gonna get more into depth on the side plots later, but I just really felt like, considering the season was supposed to be about Colin and Penelope, I wasn't seeing them much in part one. Like, by episode 4, which is the last episode in part 1, when Colin is on his knees professing his love for Penelope or whatever, I'm just looking left and right like, girl, what? I just feel like there was no payoff, because it was like, where was the build up? Although I do love slow burns, it doesn't have to be slow. It just has to have good build up. It has to be believable. You know what I mean? And I feel like we were just lacking that all of part one. So that carriage scene, I'm just watching like, girl, how did we even?
No, the carriage scene, oh my gosh. Not only was it just too long and too much, in my opinion, but it also didn't really make sense. It was like, why why are we doing this right now? Because you guys were like not really into each other. Well, at least it was very one side on Penelope's end for the majority of the time. Then out of nowhere, we're doing this. Why? What? It was really uncomfy. I didn't get it.
Yeah, girl, with part 2, there was just too much going on. Girl, trying to get this secret out. Part 2 of the series focuses completely on Lady Whistledown, both finally trying to tell Colin the secret, but also everybody named Mama in society trying to find out who she is. In part 2, Penelope has just gotten engaged to Colin, but Eloise is not having it. She's like, girl, you need to tell my brother the truth, or it's about to be wraps for your ass. And so Penelope is, trying to figure out when's the best time to tell Colin. We already have enough problems, because Eloise is threatening us just as it's already getting bad. The queen decides, yeah, I need to find out who Lady Whistledown is today. There's money on Lady Whistledown's head. 5,000 pounds if you can tell me who the hell she is. Girl, tell me why Cressida decides, you know what would be a great idea? if I just took credit for being Lady Whistledown? Girl, like, why is it giving Real Housewives? Why is it giving reality TV? Why is there so much going on? Girl, I can't keep up. And this is just the main story. Tell me why there's also a million other things going on with these side plots I don't care about. That is all to say, I did really enjoy part 2 a lot more than part 1. I think part 2, although it was still just as messy, it was just as ghetto. I think the drama of it all made it a lot more interesting. It was a messy watch, but it was a fun watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was so much drama. It did keep me hooked. Like I literally was like, oh my gosh, like is she gonna get Alice's Lady Whistle down? Is she gonna admit to being it? Is Queen gonna find her? Is like she gonna like get kicked out of the ton? Like there was definitely a lot of drama, so it kept me like hooked. Even though it's not really what I was looking for in the show, I have to admit, like they kept me clicking to the next episode, kept me binging.
Maybe it's just me being messy, but I was really invested in all of the storylines compared to part 1, where I just really wasn't feeling the romance. Girl, I was more invested in Francesca's storyline, if I'm being so honest. It was just a wild ride, but at least it was fun. You know what I mean? Although I do think there was absolutely way too much going on, I think they did a good job of balancing all those things, and by the end of the series, they resolve everything pretty well. Getting into some of these characters, we're gonna start with Penelope. Obviously, it's her season. Period. I honestly went into this season somewhat of a Penelope hater. Yo, hate is a strong word. Well. I was very excited for her season, but you know, she really left a lot of rough, loose ends at the end of season 2, and I was just like, oh, before I back this girl up, they're gonna have to do some redemption. They're really gonna have to redeem her character. Hopping into this season, they didn't really do that. We really just hop right in. We're supposed to be rooting for her, and I'm just like, girl, I've forgotten what you did in season 2. Like, in season 1, I think a big issue also with Penelope is that she's just nice almost to a fault. Obviously, not when she's writing Lady Whistledown, but in her real life, like, girl, sometimes I would just be watching her, and I'm just waiting for this girl, like, to get off her hands and knees. Girl, please, like, that scene where she, like, begged Colin to kiss her. Girl. How about you, Stan?
Penelope. It would not have to mean anything, and I would never expect anything from you because of it, but I am nearly on the shelf, and I have never been kissed, and I am not certain I ever will be. I could die.
I was waiting for them to show us a bit of that spunkier side, you know, that side of her that gives her the confidence to do something as crazy as be Lady Whistledown.
That's true, low-key. They never really had her until the very end be like embody her Lady Whistledown personality counterpart, whatever you want to call it. Like I was really looking for that a little bit. Honestly, I didn't even realize I was looking for that, but now I'm like, I do wish that was a little bit more like of a thing. Like they that got more involved.
I was like, ain't no way this is the same girl that like literally roast everybody in the paper. Because you are not, you have no backbone. Like, girl, can you please defend yourself? Just once for me, just once for the camera. Like, what I realized by the end of the season was that the reason they didn't instantly redeem her character and she wasn't this confident, spunky girl we were expecting her to be, or not we, because I'm just slow, that I was expecting her to be, is because she literally was not that person yet. This season is actually us watching her grow into that person in real time. I don't know, upon reflection, I ended up kind of liking that structure instead. It's just nice that by the end of the show, she is able to be not only confident, but she's also recognizing her wrongs and like.
I did love the ending. The ending ate like that whole way it wrapped up together. I love that because she did like grow and change so much, and she was able to own up to her mistakes because they kind of admitted like yes, she wasn't like perfect. Like all the things she was doing was definitely not right, but now she's gonna like try to like right her wrongs and do better from there.
Lady Whistledown, and I don't know, it was just nice to see. I was like, oh, Penelope, like, also get into these outfits, because if Penelope did one thing this season is she looked good. The girls were gagged at these outfits. I'm sorry, there were some scenes.
No, because she ate the glow up ate. Like I always liked Penelope and how she looked and yada yada yada, but like this season, like the way she changed her hair, the way she changed her outfits, like literally there was nothing to be said by anyone. She was just like, I am gonna be here and I'm gonna be stunting it.
Where I was literally just staring in awe because The outfits, girl, the face part, the hair, body tea, everything, girl, everything looked good. Her wedding dress, oh
Oh, it was
my
so
god,
good.
it looked too good. No, 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 no.
It
I
was
don't
so
think you
good.
understand. Like, I really don't think y'all understand how bad that wedding dress ate. Like, for me, it's the way that it was like white, but it was also like slightly pink. At the
Yeah.
wedding scene, I literally started tearing up, not because of the actual wedding. No, that wedding was a mess, girl. I really started tearing up because it was just like I was just thinking of all the girls that kind of see themselves reflected in Penelope. Obviously, the quiet girls and everything, the wallflowers, but also just plus size women and women that are told like they're not the standard, they're not conventionally attractive, getting to be like the main character and getting to be beautiful and be the desired one. Like, it sounds so corny, but I swear to God, I was just like, bro, like
Yeah.
I feel like in that moment, I just was like, oh, we really took a step forward as society. Like, I know a lot of the time we're flopping as people, but you know, we ate this little one.
Right,
Like,
that
we
one
ate
little
this
thing,
little
that one
one.
little thing right
Colin
there.
Bridgerton. Girl, I have mixed feelings. Oh, sorry, my Colin lovers. You might want to look away. Girl, I kind of got the ick. Like, bro, I was just icked out. First of all, I've always been a little bit icked out by Colin, and here's why. Girl, hear me out. Please put the pitchfork down. First
I'm
season
with you.
one, where he
I'm with
fell
you.
for Marina in 3 seconds. Then in season 2, where he had that like weird beard going on, and he was just yapping about his travels. And now in season 3, him coming back as like this player type, like, girl, that was not.
Yeah.
It was not cute.
Yeah.
Immediately icked out. And something about his face just looked off. I think it was his haircut. Something just looked
It's
off.
the little things that he's been growing. This little sideburns on the side of his head. I'm telling y'all, it was the beard. It's the sideburns. It just boom. IQ went to the floor. Like personality was shot. Like that just was that. It just was gross.
But anyways, let me stop tearing this man up. Like I mentioned earlier, this season is different from others because it presents Penelope, the love interest, as more of the main character than the actual Bridgerton sibling. And I think because of this, they really struggled to allocate enough time into properly characterizing Colin. We don't see him enough, and we don't see things from his perspective enough. Because of that, I think his character fell a little bit flat for me, and I kind of struggled to empathize with him. They were trying to tell us all sorts of stuff through other characters. I think in part 1, Violet says something along the lines of like, you never choose happiness for yourself, you always put others before you. And I'm like, okay, cool, but we didn't see any of that in part 1. All we saw was like him putting up this player facade. We never saw anything from his perspective where it's like him going home and like taking off that mask and being over it until like the end. And it's like, girl, I would have loved to see more, because I think in season 2 they did an amazing job of really helping us understand Anthony through the flashbacks and through his inner monologues and everything. We really understood his internal dilemma of like, you know, I love Kate and I want to choose happiness, but my duty comes first and all this. You really understood him. Here with Colin, I really struggled to resonate with him in the same way. I will say though that in part 2, I think they did a little bit better of a job. After finding out that Penelope is Lady Whistledown, he does go through this struggle of like, not only being upset that she lied to him, obviously, but he's also a little bit jealous of her, which I think was a really interesting point that I wish they had done a little bit more with, like just feeling helpless and trying to save Penelope from being ruined and save his family from being ruined. By the end of the season, Penelope tells Colin that, you know, I don't need you to do things for me to love you. Like him basing his value on what he's able to provide for others. I thought that was really interesting, and I'm like, girl, y'all could have gotten into more depth with this. This is interesting stuff that we want to see. Like the whole point of having individual seasons is that once it gets to their turn, you're seeing things that you didn't notice in the earlier seasons because it wasn't from their perspective. Girl, it's literally their season and we're not seeing anything. The Paul and romance as a whole, girl, it fell flat. Like I said, not enough episodes. They did not give enough time to building up this relationship. And then by the time they get together, oh, we're focusing on Lady Whistledown. Oh, there's no time for romance.
Yeah.
I just feel like the
Yeah.
little romance we
Yeah.
did get felt a
All
little
of that.
bit forced. it felt a little bit what is it, spoon fed? Is that the word? This was supposed to be a friends to lovers trope, a trope that I really enjoyed. But I think the reason why this friends to lovers felt flat for me is because we didn't really feel their friendship enough this season. They did not give us enough, like, ooh, these people are really good friends. You know what I mean? I really think what could have helped this was including more flashbacks. I can't believe I'm comparing this to the Summer I Turned Pretty. They're not alike anyway, guys, I swear. But those flashbacks they would put of like Belly and Conrad and Belly and Jeremiah to help kind of show you like how long their friendship has spanned. I think throwing in a couple of, you know, little 1-2 little flashbacks for Colin and Penelope, maybe
Exactly.
a flashback
Where were the
of the time
flashbacks?
where they met for the first time could have helped us, you know, understand like, okay, this is a really deep-rooted friendship, and you know, these are two people that really love and respect each other. I didn't really feel that. But that could just be me, though. I don't know. The Lady Whistledown reveals to Colin, girl, that was so rushed. And then they ended up getting married while he was still mad at her. Like, we really only resolved things in the last episode. Like, that's not cute. I think this romance was just another victim of not having enough episodes, not having enough time allocated to properly flesh out the story. Oh, and here I wrote heavy ab breathing. Because, girl, that breathing they were doing every time they were close to each other,
No, this is actually so true. And when I watched it with my family, we were talking about that. Cause why were they? Why are y'all breathing so heavy? Why are y'all breathing so much? Like, just breathe. I can't. I can't.
just stop. Just take a puff of that inhaler and keep pushing. Like, why are we breathing so heavy?
Now I simply cannot believe that a woman with such bravery loves me. How lucky I am.
No, because there were like overall, I feel like there wasn't enough of the like heart wrenching, like gut twisting, like swoon worthy like quotes like there was in the last couple of seasons. But this one right here, this one was pretty good. And I personally feel like the last one he said towards the end when they were having that talk out in the street. Well, maybe it wasn't that one. There was one that they said towards the end that I also felt like was pretty good, and it actually really was like, "Ah, I like that. This is like the Bridget I know and love." But overall, there wasn't enough of this.
To stand by your side and soak up even a little bit of your light. My only purpose in life is to love a woman as great as you. And I will be a very fulfilled man indeed.
Eloise, going into the season, I didn't really like Eloise either. She really annoyed me last season. But I did stand with her in her anger towards Penelope. I thought she was, you know, justified. Like, girl, you're trying to ruin my life. I really started to like her in part one. I like that she held her ground, you know, set boundaries with Penelope. She was like, girl, I'm not going to forgive you that. You know what you did. I also really like that she participated a little bit more in society.
Me too.
Befriended some of the other girls. I
I
thought that was
like
nice
that.
because she used to be such a hater where it's like, girl, that's cool if you want to be a feminist and you don't want to get married. But why are you hating on us? Girl, we're
Right.
just trying to get by. Especially knowing it's a society where women really don't have the luxuries to just stay single and stuff. Girl, why are you hating? Like, just leave me alone, please.
Exactly.
And I might be in the minority with this, but I loved her friendship with Cressida. I am a sucker for like the mean girl turned nice
I
trope.
was
I
here
love that.
for it
I'll always keep
too.
that up. So it was nice to see her befriend Cressida. Where Eloise started losing me was in part two. I was really shocked to see Eloise not being a little bit more empathetic towards Cressida. I think it was very messy of Cressida to take credit for being Lady Whistledown. I don't know how far she thought she was going to go with that, but I was shocked to see Eloise just immediately switch up on her and just abandon her. I really thought that Eloise, of all people, would understand Cressida's desperation to not end up in that horrific arranged marriage. There's also the scene where she tells Penelope, like, yeah, just let Cressida take the credit for being Lady Whistledown. You don't need Lady Whistledown. It's just gossip. Let it go. What? I think Eloise just sometimes... No, not even sometimes. I think Eloise is just a bad friend. I'm gonna say point blank. I think she never listens to her friends. She doesn't see them. Even though I feel like she was justified in season 2,
Well, I do feel like that was actually the one part where I feel like Eloise is because like Penelope was risking everything in those moments, and like she was so very close to being discovered and ruining her marriage, her relationship with Colin, her family, her life, like everything was about to get ruined. And like I feel like the one thing she actually really did need to do at that moment was let Lady Whistle Down go. Like in the end, I'm glad it worked out for her. But like things, if the queen wasn't so forgiving, things could have went like a totally different way, in my opinion. Like I'm honestly, I feel like the like she's lucky that things wrapped up the way they wrapped up because she could have been like in a very bad way, like her and her whole family, just because of like all the things she like had said. So I feel like Eloise kind of was justified in her advice of telling her to just let it go.
I really think that's what ultimately led to her falling out with Penelope. Because, girl, how did you not see that your best friend's getting whistled out? No, how did you not see that your best friend had a crush on your brother for over 10 years? Poor
Yeah.
Devling figured it out in 5 minutes. 5. But you're claiming to be
I
this
always
girl's
thought
best
that she
friend and
knew.
you don't notice? Okay.
Yeah, is it just me or I always thought she knew that Penelope had a crush. But like now I think back to it, I guess she didn't really say anything. She didn't really realize. But I'm just like, yeah, if some stranger man could walk up on the scene and figure it out. And also, it wasn't that bad of a secret. Like she felt a little too betrayed, in my opinion, over that. When it felt like it could make sense why Penelope hadn't said anything.
Oh, okay. Like, girl, you literally don't listen to your friends. Those scenes where Cressida would be trying to, like, confide in Penelope and tell her that her life is literally about to go to hell because this 80-year-old man is trying to marry her and she just wouldn't be listening. Oh, like, girl, those drove me insane. Like, girl, just listen to your friend. I feel like she comes off as very tone deaf, very privileged. She claims to be this feminist when I just feel like, girl, she's not even a girl's girl because when she has chances to actually help the women in her life, crickets. She doesn't even listen to them. And she just doesn't realize how privileged she is as a Bridgerton. Like, yeah, girl, it's really easy to go against society when you have a loving family that really don't care what you do.
That's
Characters
true.
like Penelope, Cressida, most of the women in society in that time period don't have that luxury to just be like, oh, I don't want to participate in society. Like, I don't like men. Girl, she's not very self-aware of that fact. It
That's
just
true.
gives tone deaf at times. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like she just needs to be a better friend. By the end of the season, though, she does seem a lot more self-aware. She's like, I'm gonna take some time away in Scotland and really just get acquainted with the world around me. I think that might do her some good because she really just she needs some time outside. Cressida's character, Cressida's in a similar boat to Penelope, where she's also in her third season, flopping, no marriage prospects, except her family is really.
My thing with this whole Krista thing, I just don't get it. I don't get how she made it to her third season without a man. Like I feel like Cressida, like she though she does have a bit of an attitude, but like with the women that she speaks with, I feel like she's very like she acts the way she needs to act to be like desirable for a man. Like she's very agreeable, very nice. She dresses up. She does the things. She has a dowry, or she did have one. I don't understand how Cressida wasn't able to get a man from the start. Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like everything was lining up for her to just be set in like the first season she was out. I don't understand like really all that was going wrong. I feel like she keeps competing with other people for different men. I'm like, there's so many men out there she could be with that aren't like super old either. But she always tries to go for the ones that are like the highest desirable and have so much competition. Like I don't know. I don't know what was going wrong there, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Threatening her. They're like, girl, if you don't get married, we're getting you married ourselves. Obviously, Cressida's fighting for her life, trying to find a proper husband, but it just doesn't work out for her. I really was ready to like her this season, but they
Me
redeemed
too.
her just to end up making her the villain and literally the primary antagonist of the second half of the show.
Yeah, that's how I felt because in my first video where I did the tier list, I only seen the first part and I was like, wow, Cressa's getting redeemed. She's just going to get better from here. Like, she's kind of starting to be more of a girl's girl and like trying to actually like participate. Well, she's always been participating in society, but she was trying to like actually like interact with other women and like, in a nicer way. But then she immediately just became like terrible again and like just started making questionable decisions. I don't know. It just I don't know what happened, but it was a mess.
So I think they did this character so dirty. I'm so mad that she got such a bad ending. I think she should have ended up with Lord Debling. I don't know
Me
where
too.
that man went. He literally disappeared after the first half of the season, but I think she should have just gotten with him. She could have lived a happy life while he's away on his boat tours or whatever the hell he does. It would have gotten her a happy ending, but also gotten her outside of the lives of everybody else. So, you know, everybody would have been happy. I don't know why they didn't do that. I don't know. I just really empathized with her situation. I understood why she did the things she did. And I'm really surprised that a lot of these other characters didn't see why she was a little bit justified in her actions.
See, one thing I have noticed though in Bridgerton is they will give certain characters unhappy endings, which I kind of like in a way, like what happened with Marina, and she didn't really get the ending that she was hoping for, or it seems like Cresta is not really getting. They might bring her back, and she might get something a little different. I thought like for sure Marina was gonna come back in the second season, something else was gonna work out better for her, but like as you can see, like I kind of like that they give certain characters like it doesn't work out because it kind of freshens the show up a little bit, and like not everything is just gonna wrap up in a neat little bow. You know, that's one thing I think is kind of nice, even though it's not nice for the characters.
Especially Eloise, I mentioned it before, but even Penelope. Penelope claims that she writes Lady Whistledown to be a voice for the voiceless, to help women feel seen. But then she has opportunities in real life to help women, and it's always crickets. Like, girl, I also wish we had gotten to see some more positive interactions between Penelope and Cressida. I think if Penelope had gotten to see the side of Cressida that Eloise got to see in the first half of the season, I think she might have actually liked her just a little bit, and they would have realized that they have more in common than they initially thought. But of course, we didn't get any of that. Everybody is just really quick to abandon her, and by the end of the season, she really ends up with nothing. These other characters, girl, can I start off by saying I did not care about Mondrix. Girl, you know, we love to see black love, we love to see black characters up, black characters living in luxury, but like take the whole Mondrick story out, changes nothing about the season.
Yeah, I like the storyline personally. I thought they were really interesting, but like the fact that um like I really liked what was happening with their storyline, but the fact that like the Mondriches Mondriches I don't know how to say their last name, but the fact that they didn't get like their storyline wasn't like crucial to the plot. Like I felt like it was very thrown in. I didn't really understand what was happening until like the middle of the season. I was like, okay, I guess this is cool, but like there was a lot of random stakes and things happening for like no reason for real. Like it was kind of disappointing. Like I wanted to be here for them, but like yeah, the plot wasn't very crucial at all.
Like take the whole Mondrick story out, changes nothing about the season. I think that time could have easily been given to better flesh out Penelope and Colin's stories.
That's true.
We didn't get that, obviously. I also did not care about Benedict's side plots. Girl, every time they would pan back to Benedict and Lady Tilly or whatever, fighting the urge to skip, I do not care about. I don't care. I feel like
There
Benedict
was like no conflict ever happening at all in his plot. Every time we went back to Benedict, it was just him laughing and making out with Tilly, and nothing else came out of it. It was like, okay, this is cool and all, but like, why is this happening and why should I care? There's no stakes. There's no plot. The best, most interesting part of it was like the end where she was like, I actually want something like more out of the relationship, and he didn't. That was the only time we got to see real conflict and things happening. But outside of that, it was nothing. Like we really didn't care at all, and like we really didn't need anything. Like nothing came out of the plot. Like, it was just really random. Except he just found out that he was bi, which we all kind of knew already.
does the same thing every season, and it's just starting to get tired. Like, did like that they had him explore his sexuality a little bit. We find out that he's bi. Cool, cool, but y'all could have done that in less scenes. What it was given by the end of the season is that his season will be next. How they set it up, they mentioned the masquerade ball. But I don't know if I'm really that excited that his season is next. Going into this, I really wanted him to be the next person in line. But after watching this season, girl, it just feels like he has a lot of maturing and growing up to do before he's ready to lock down. You know what I mean? Like, it's not given ready for marriage. And I'm sure we'll see that in his season, but I'm just I don't know, I wasn't really feeling his character this season. Wasted way too much time. Too much. Too much. That threesome that they kept panning back to
Oh
at
my
random
gosh,
parts.
so much of the same thing.
I really like Francesca's character. I think it was really interesting. I was really invested in her story. I do think they gave her way too much screen time. Like, if you had told me this was Francesca's season and not Penelope's, I would believe you.
I
don't
thought
know,
it
her
was
and
at
John
first.
were so cute together. Like, I was eating up all their little scenes together. And also, them changing her future love interest to a woman, girl. I think it's gonna be so interesting. I know people are mad, and I do not care. Like, y'all getting way too mad over a fictional series, girl. It was never that serious. One thing I also noticed that was really cute is that Violet was telling Francesca that, like, when she met her late husband, she was so taken that she forgot her own name. And then when Francesca meets Michaela, she forgets her own name. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. It's supposed to be like a little,
That is
little
cute.
parallel, a little callback. I was like, oh, that's so cute.
I didn't
Violet and
realize
Lauren
that. I like that.
Anderson, I was so invested in their story. Out of all the romances we got this season, they were easily my favorite. I was rooting for them so bad. I think they're so cute. And Lord Anderson is, ooh, why is he so cute? I think Violet really deserves to finally have her turn in love, and I'm really excited to see where that goes. I'm glad he also resolved things with Lady Danbury, Lady Featherington. I'm glad Lady Featherington finally got her little win. You know, I mean, she's been hustling for the last 2 seasons, and finally one of her daughters marries rich. Girl, we love to see it. I also really love that her relationship with Penelope is so much better by the
Yeah, I felt like it felt a little weird how I went about repairing the relationship, like almost a little bit forced. But like in the end, I was kind of here for it. I was glad that things got patched up and like they were happy again. And like obviously, it doesn't excuse a lot of things she did in the past. But I was glad that they seemed like they was really starting to grow from it and like they could actually have like a real like mother daughter relationship.
Girl, we love to see it. I also really love that her relationship with Penelope is so much better by the end of the season. But for the most part, girl, most of these side plots, I didn't care. Oh, also seeing Kate and Anthony was really nice. Even though it was a little bit messy, like, you could tell exactly when Simone Ashley and Jonathan Bailey were there to shoot their scenes because they would just be in one scene and out the next. I found it really interesting that Anthony didn't come back to attend Francesca's wedding, but it's obviously because of shooting conflicts that they couldn't bring them back for that. Y'all have fun in India, though. I like that they're moving there. Well, I just want to reiterate that all these side plots, all these side characters, we didn't need all of this. I just want to make that clear. We didn't need to do all of this. Overall, this season was a hot ass mess. It was, but I actually really enjoyed it. Part 1 left me feeling really concerned for the state of this season. I was like, oh, it's a miss. Like, this is terrible. Part 2 really saved everything for me. Although it was crazy and there was so much going on, I was locked in. I was rooting for Penelope. I was invested. I really wanted things to work out. I think where this season has the other ones beat is that it just has so much heart. So many wise words were said. I think this is the only season 2 where I've teared up multiple times, which is saying a lot. You just really fall in love with all of the characters, and I just think, I don't know, it is a really, you know, it's a mess, but it's my mess. All right, ain't nobody gonna
So
talk
true.
down
So
on my
true.
show. I think one thing.
Okay. So we've seen both videos, and now it's time that we deliberate, that we talk about it, because both said good points, said some negative things about the show, said some positive things about the show. Um, both things, both videos said pros, both said cons, and we have 2 videos. One is good. We have 2 videos. Both have good points in them. Both have negative points in them. And I feel like, honestly, I feel like the negative kind of outweighs positive, in my opinion. I still really enjoyed the season. It's not the worst season 3 I've seen for a show. I've definitely seen shows go downhill a lot harder. So I would still give this season like a 7.5 out of 10. However, there was a lot of like letdowns and things where I really missed and feel like they could have went further with it. But overall, still enjoyed it. Still was good. Um, still held up to the Bridgerton vibe. So I can't be too upset about it. Um, but yeah. Okay, y'all, someday we will get to ranking the fruit tier list. However, today is unfortunately just not one of those days. Um, However, that's okay. You know, we live and we learn. At some point, we will get there, and it's gonna be slay, and we're gonna be here for it. And yeah. Oh, y'all, I just looked at the Discord. We just got our first member. We just had someone join. That's so exciting. Okay, so we got one person. Okay, this didn't end up as a complete fail, so that's good. And at some point, we will keep growing it, and we will hopefully get more than just one person who joins. But okay, thank you all so much for stopping by the stream. Thanks for joining in, being a part of the vibes. Um, it's been great. It's been real. It's been fun. Um, and now it's about time that we are going to peace out and see y'all another time. Okay, bye.